Hi.
Welcome.
How's it going, Jeff?
Hey, JD.
What's up, brah?
Now I'm picturing you as a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would your Ninja Turtle name be? It has to be a Renaissance artist.
Well, then I'm out of luck because I don't know a lot. Because I'm a surfer.
Ezio? Welcome.
Yeah, hey. What's up?
Screen
Sorry,
Peekers.
I'll let that guy go. I'm back now.
I'm
JD. That's Jeff. Sorry.
Wow,
I
we're
couldn't
so in
remember.
sync. I love how we just talk
Together.
This is our 300th episode.
Woo!
Can you believe that? We've been doing this for like 7 years. Yeah.
No, 6 years. We started in 2012.
Okay, sure. How have we managed?
We haven't.
Yeah, I'm Jeff. Over there's JD.
Hey.
That's about all that needs to be said.
Yeah, welcome to the 300th episode. It's not special.
Well, yeah. If you're watching this on YouTube, on our Screen Peekers channel, thanks for tuning in. Sorry you don't get to look at us.
So we'll fix that.
You can just look at our little 2D avatars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jeff is going to hand animate both of them to speak exactly when we're talking.
That'd be really cool to get lip sync software set up.
Yeah, right. That'd be really
and
hard
just
to
tie
do.
it to the sound input from either microphone.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Figure that out.
Done.
Okay. Glad we could do this together.
Me too.
We don't have a lot of news this week. Basically, all of the news of the week was Nintendo's Direct.
Because we finally got it.
Yeah.
It was indeed on Thursday, as we predicted.
Yeah, and it did indeed have a bunch of info that we suspected would have been first revealed at the Direct, had the Direct actually come out on time.
And more vagaries that we could say before actually talking about it in half an hour.
Okay, I thought that was actually pretty specific, but thanks. Throw me under the bus.
Cool. Pum pum. Bye, Jeff.
That's the windshield wipers, I guess.
That was all the children screaming.
Yeah, okay. God. Paint me a picture. Paint me a mind picture.
Done.
But yeah, so that's really basically it. The rest of our news is few and far between. Honestly, I think just the Nintendo stuff outshadowed everything, because Nintendo Directs tend to just do that. They take over the news cycle.
Yeah, they do.
We were talking before recording this how we always go over Nintendo Directs in detail, but it's mostly because Nintendo's the only company really putting out these big shotgun blasts of news with very entertainingly designed videos.
It's really easy to go back.
And they're really short and easy to watch.
Yeah.
So other companies should do that, is really all I'm saying.
Step it up.
It's like having a mini E3 multiple times a year.
It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Sometimes the information's not great, but
Yeah,
it's
true.
cool
It's
to have it.
It's always entertaining.
Yeah.
And it tends to be like, yes, this is exactly what we're giving you. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're Nintendo. Nintendo.
Goodbye.
But before we talk about that, JD.
I hear it coming.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. What is that?
The what you playing monster?
What you playing?
I'm picturing like a Bloodborne-esque giant gross thing.
Lovecraftian beast.
Yeah.
Coming out from the ether.
What you playing?
It's so terrifying.
If you're tuning in for the first time, this is the part of the show
Where we say something stupid to introduce what you're playing.
which is a segment where we talk about what we've been playing.
Woo!
Yeah, that's really it. Well,
Yeah.
None of our other segments have special names.
No.
No,
That-
just this one.
News segment.
This one just turned into a dumb tradition.
It has gotten less stupid over time. It was way more stupid a while back.
It used to be really stupid.
We should bring back the dumb version.
Macaw.
No, what was it that we would always press start to start the fill in the blank and then make a weird noise
The
based off
marmoset.
what the creature.
Welcome back to PSTS, the marmoset.
We don't know what that is, but it did a thing.
I feel like it's like a weasel. Like a marmot. I feel like a marmoset should be a marmot. Define marmot. JD, what have you been playing?
Weasel. Sorry.
A marmoset is a monkey.
That's what I thought,
It's
but I
a
wasn't going
small
to say anything.
Central and South American monkey with a silky coat and long non-prehensile tail.
Obviously, it sounds like...
You know? It's kind of like... Weird. It's like if you crossbred a baboon with a lemur.
Sure.
And, I don't know, that crazy uncle whose hair just goes like this. You know?
Was Zaboomafoo a lemur?
God. No, Zaboomafoo was a Muppet, dude.
Shut up. Don't dash my
I
dreams.
never watched Zaboomafoo.
I don't think I did either. My sister might have. I don't remember.
God.
That might have been even after her time.
He might be a slow loris. I'm not even kidding.
Slow Loris. He was slow, but he ain't
What
no
have you been
Loris.
playing?
Talking about Zaboomafoo, Jeff.
Have you been playing Zaboomafoo?
No.
Okay.
I've played some Octopath Traveler, shockingly.
He was a Cockerel's Sifaka.
What?
It's
Watch
a type
your
of
mouth.
lemur. It's a diurnal, medium-sized lemur.
Dropped my bottle.
Did you drop your bottle?
I've dropped my bottle,
Drop your
Jeff.
bottle.
Jeff, I need more.
So you played more Octopath Traveler?
Yep, I'm almost done with the chapter 2s. I got 3 more left, I think. I'm in the middle of one. Then it's on chapter 3. Don't really have a whole lot new to say. It's just it's gotten easier to get through them, which is good. Pretty much after I finished the first chapter 2, once I finally finished one, it kind of snowballed from there and got easy, which is good. Not like too easy, but easy enough to complete them, which was good. Jeff is gawking at pictures. Naked
Lemurs
pictures
have a
of lemurs.
tooth comb.
Huh?
Do you know about this? Do you know about tooth combs? Have you heard about this? You seen this?
I don't know, Leno.
It's like an array of teeth that is specifically evolved for like grooming or scraping.
Ugh.
It looks like a tooth or like a comb. Some have only teeth that are tooth combs.
Yuck.
Yeah,
That's gross.
it's weird, man.
Seems like flossing would take forever.
About as long as it takes Thanos to shave his chin.
Gotta get in each one of them divots. I hate this. He's so angry. It's got to be extra tough with that big glove on.
Yeah, well, he needs an infinity shave. Like that's what Gillette Infinity is all about.
Obviously. But you only can shave away half of the bristles. I hate this. Why?
The rule isn't he can only kill half the people. He chooses to kill half
I know,
the people.
exactly. Exactly.
I choose this.
Believe in something even if it means sacrificing half of everything, Jeff. Octopath. It's,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess you don't have much more to say.
it's
on that.
fun, I guess.
I played more Spider-Man.
What about Batman?
Okay. No, Spider-Man's good. I don't know. I don't really have much more to say on that. I thought about what I said last week, and I was like, okay, I've now played 2/3 of the game. What is there to say? They introduced more interesting challenges past that point. It's really weird how late into the game you have to get some of these interesting gameplay aspects of the open world. But you eventually start getting much more interesting challenges, in my opinion, that have like actual rankings. Then some really cool like the story of a couple of the villains are actually interesting, which is neat. I don't have much more to say on that. We talked about how much I hate Aunt May in the main comics.
Oh, did we?
She looks like a character from Archie. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah, because she's too old. They always
She's
make Anime too old.
Well, in the real comics.
Yeah.
She's just so old. And it's like...
Doesn't make
weird.
sense.
It's just weird.
How old was your mom
Well, I think
or dad?
Yeah,
Whoever's sister it is.
Parker. Uncle Ben is Peter's dad's brother.
Okay.
I think in some continuities they make him great uncle and great aunt.
Okay. I mean, that makes more sense.
Right?
But all I'm saying is it's dumb.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody's freaking out over how young Marissa
Tomei.
Marissa Tomei.
You know what I was
was.
thinking about? Amazing
Is.
Spider-Man 2, right?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I mean, I would need to rewatch it because I really liked it.
Yeah, me too.
But I was comparing Electro in that and thinking about it. It's just like, I loved Jamie Foxx, but that was such a that movie was obscenely cartoony. Like the way Jamie Foxx got his powers.
It's very comic booky, right?
No, I mean totally. It's funny thinking about that and comparing it more to like Tom Holland and Vulture in that, who's a very still comic booky. The facts, like Vulture's whole shtick,
Yeah.
but much more grounded in like, oh, this is based off of military tech. I'm using it to steal stuff, compared to falling into a vat of genetically modified electric eels.
Yeah.
Which not only straighten his teeth,
Obviously.
but also drive him insane to hunt after the object of his weird schoolboy obsession.
I mean,
Like, that whole thing is pretty nuts.
he was already crazy.
He was already pretty
right?
kooky.
Yeah.
Anyway, I really liked those movies, unlike what most of the internet is. But I was just thinking about that as I was playing Spider-Man.
I do not understand why people hate
Oh, people
the Amazing Spider-Man
super
movies.
hate the Amazing Spider-Man
I don't
movies.
get it.
I think, and this is a hot take. This is my hot take. I think they're holding the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies on way too high of a pedestal. And I feel like we've talked about this before.
I'm shocked that people hold them up that high. Like,
People,
I know that
it's
they
totally
were...
rose-tinted glasses. They're good movies. They're fun movies.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're that great.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think I was finally thinking that about the Amazing Spider-Man movies, which actually took me a while. I was like, these were good, but we're getting better movies now.
Sure.
And that's a good thing too.
I mean, I like the Amazing Spider-Man movies simply because Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone are fantastic.
They had really great charisma.
Yeah.
Totally. Deadly. But yeah, just what I was thinking about as I played PS4 Spider-Man. It's just fantastic voice. I just love the voice acting, and it's so
Who
good. Yuri
voices
Lowenthal did motion capture, facial capture, and voice. Yeah, we talked about this last week, so I'm not gonna beat that into the ground too much. He's just so good as him, and just everyone is the guy they got for Doc Ock. The guy they got for Norman Osborn just smells like a super douche. It's good stuff. It's really good.
Neat.
Do we talk about Miles Morales?
No, I don't think so.
I guess we did because I said the guy who plays him is also good. And in the MJ segments where you play as both of them who are not Spider-Man. And they tend to be weird stealth segments, which is very interesting.
That's funny.
The unfortunate thing is that unlike in other stealth segments where you're Spider-Man, these are if you get spotted, you lose segments, which kind of...
Oh, yeah.
Those kind of suck. The fun thing about getting spotted when you're Spider-Man is saying, oh, now I have to pivot and do something else. It's not a lose condition. Whereas stealth missions where just getting spotted is an instant lose condition honestly feels like the opposite of stealth to me. Like, I feel like stealth is supposed to be about improvisation and fixing it once you screw up, instead of just being like, oh, it's over, I'll restart now.
Stealth is an incentive for not getting caught.
Right. I feel like that's a good one. But I mean, they're really fun. They're fun characters. The world is so freaking detailed. There are sign spinners on corners. You can walk up and like pull newspapers out and like read headlines. And they actually that's like a hidden collectible, but they go into your collection and you can read them, and it tells you how many you've got, which is really interesting. It's funny.
Funny.
There are all these collectibles in the game that you don't need to get. Like they don't show up. They're not pointed out to you anywhere. And there's like a fake Twitter feed. I think I talked about that actually. You can read what people are saying about Spider-Man. and about your like most recent
That's fun.
events. That's really fun. See the people who agree with J. Jonah Jameson, the douchebag.
It'd be cool if people could take selfies with you, and then you could see those pictures on the Twitter.
I did see people tweeting about getting a selfie with me after they weren't on there, and then I eventually took a selfie with someone, and then someone tweeted about it, and that was really fun. It'd be really cool if you could see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fun. It's just just feels so good to swing around.
It looks really good.
There's this one challenge where it's basically a race, but you're chasing after a drone, and every once in a while it like drops a gate that you need to go through. And it's just such a fun thing to just get the right kind of path down and then say, okay, this one's coming up and it's going to be like this. So instead of normal swinging, I should grab onto that and like catapult myself through because it'll put me at the right angle for that. That's that kind of planning out and experimentation is really cool. And I think you'd dig that part particularly. That is very classic platformer.
Being able to be Spider-Man.
Also just being Spider-Man's great.
Cool.
And there are so many really cool costumes you can unlock. There's like the vintage 70s comic book costume, which is cell shaded.
That's awesome.
And there's like the Spider
Man,
Iron Spider outfit, and like
from
they advertised that a whole bunch from the movies and from the comics. Just a lot of really cool stuff. I don't want to spoil all of them. I really like it. Is
there a Venom suit one?
There is not. There might be a Venom and or Black suit in Spider-Man 2. The Secret of the Ooze.
I'm lost. There is no Spider-Man 2, Jeff.
Yeah, if it comes out. They said that in the news. It might be. The Secret of the Ooze. I thought The Secret of the Ooze would have clued you in. Are you aware of a specific Manhattan-based crime-fighting group who are also based around mutations?
Okay.
And are teenagers.
No.
Okay.
Well,
just
lost me.
Look it up there.
Are they blue? Dabba-dee?
Why would they be?
I don't know.
Yo, listen up.
I don't know. Moving on. Anything else?
No, that's all. I probably won't have anything else to say until the end. It's just a fun game, and I just want to talk about that.
So
it's really hard to get a good picture with the photo mode in it. It's weird.
Really?
I got way too used to how Horizon Zero Dawn lets you set the time of day. Because then you can just like set it to like magic hour.
Yeah.
Whereas in Spider-Man, it's like, oh, it's night. I can do nothing with my camera to make this look better.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Bummer. Do you play more Pokemon?
Oh yeah, I finally beat Pokemon Sapphire like 2 years after I bought it. I beat Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, and it turns out there's an entire post-game like story where I looked it up just because I was like, is this worth doing? And it's like, yeah, you get Rayquaza by doing this. And I'm like, God dang it. I've never caught Rayquaza. I should do that. And it's just weird and surprising. There's so much in Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. Apparently you can get every legendary from every game except for Sun and Moon in Alpha Sapphire. But you have to fulfill weird hidden requirements that make a location appear on a map that only appears if you're using the two weird flying legendaries from Latios and Latias or whatever. When you fly with them, you get a special soar mode where you fly over the map in 3D, and you can find hidden areas that way.
What?
And by fulfilling certain requirements, legendaries appear on that map, and you can fight them to capture them.
Do you have to give them both fly as well?
No.
Okay.
It's free actually. Like I don't have a Pokemon with fly in my party anymore.
That's nice.
I just use an item to call Latias or whatever, and I fly on him or her.
Neat.
Anyway, it's just really weird. I had no idea. Pokemon I'm kind of really excited about Pokemon Eevee. Or Let's Go Eevee. Like, just simplifying the game for me. And
yeah.
It's kind of lame that it's the same map that I know freaking by heart by now, but it's also really exciting because it's in full 3D.
Yeah. It's going to look really cool.
I'm excited about that a lot. I'm wondering if it'll, like, do the whole national dex thing at the end that all Pokemon games do now. or
Who knows?
if it's not going to be transferable because it's kind of its own spin-off because it's not a real Pokemon game.
Right.
Anyway, that's that.
Neat.
We both played Destiny 2.
Yes.
That's been out for also like 2 years.
Jeez.
I know, time flies, man. But it was free on PS Plus last month. So
Yeah. Well, this month.
this month, which is last month also.
Sure. I guess. Depending on how you look at it. Yeah, Destiny 2. It's interesting. Destiny is an interesting game. I am still not convinced it needs to be an MMO.
Yeah, I think that's really what we've been talking about since playing it, was this game is unnecessarily an MMO.
It gets in the way of itself by being an MMO to me. It's annoying to have enemies constantly respawning around to fulfill everybody's need to kill things
Yeah.
that, respawn into the world or whatever.
The story doesn't make any sense with those people existing. It doesn't make any sense with your fire team existing, let alone thousands of ghosts or of guardians and ghosts.
It makes the game so busy to me. There's too much stuff happening around, and it makes it annoying to find stuff just because there's people everywhere.
It makes it like people complain about how WoW led to kind of the theme parkization of MMOs.
Yeah.
Where it just feels like everyone's just kind of going through a ride. And that is definitely how Destiny feels to me on the campaign aspect. Like, I know the game doesn't even really start till you beat the campaign and you start doing raids. And I'm like, but I don't want that to be the game.
I don't want to do raids, to be honest. I want to do the story.
I want to do the story, and I want to get random loot and have fun with it as I level up and pick my character.
That's why we like Borderlands so much.
Yeah.
And that's why we've started talking about playing Borderlands 2 again.
Scott.
Yeah, seriously, we need to play
But for
that
reals, we should just play that instead.
Yeah, it's not like I don't like it, because I do enjoy the gameplay.
The guns feel good. They've got that Bungie feedback mechanism.
The guns are a lot of fun and interesting looking.
The different classes
when
are
you actually
interesting.
Get into like the caves and like dungeon stuff, it's cool because nobody's around anymore, and you're just with your fire team. And I like that aspect a lot. And actually, the opening segment of the game was great. I really liked the tutorial segment because it felt
like a Halo game.
Yeah, it felt like a story, and like stuff was happening, and I was learning about the world and things like that.
Yeah, I complained about how long it was because I was just like, I felt like I had to get through it to play with Austin. But if I hadn't been doing that, I would have loved it and been like, man, it's a real story. They're doing a real story here, unlike in Destiny 1.
Well, in the opening music after like kind of the cold open, the quote-unquote
music's
cold open,
fantastic.
was so good going through that wasteland like on your own. Like the music through that whole thing was just so good and emotional.
It was super cool.
And I was like, man, if this is like what the whole game is going to be like, this is going to be awesome. It's not, unfortunately. It's kind of goes back to what Destiny 1 was.
Yep.
For better or worse. Some
for
people
worse.
really like it. I don't necessarily dislike it, but it doesn't make me
Yeah, I mean, it's
excited.
fun to play, but yeah, again, I also don't get really excited. Whereas, like, with Borderlands, there's so much more going on. It isn't just endgame focused.
Yep.
There's funny stuff hidden everywhere. There's little things you get for exploring, even if it's something funny. Whereas here, if you explore, maybe you'll find a chest that gives you a piece of crap. Mm-hmm. I mean, and Borderlands might give you a piece of crap too, but it's somehow more exciting.
Borderlands has way more personality.
I think that's really it. And Destiny 2, similar to Destiny 1, just kind of suffers from a personality problem. I love the NPCs. They have a lot of personality, generally. But their personality is literally only them giving you missions.
And my biggest complaint is that your player character doesn't talk.
Yeah, it's a game that does not need a silent protagonist.
And
again, we compared that to Borderlands, where like even in cutscenes, your character rarely, if ever, talks. Although the pre-sequel improves on that a lot. That was one thing the pre-sequel did awesomely.
Yeah.
But they talk every 2 seconds.
I don't care so much in Borderlands that they don't talk in the cutscenes because they're always talking in not the cutscenes.
Right.
So, which is most of the game. But it's just so glaring in the Destiny 2 cutscenes. It's just like, talk, say something. Like your ghost is talking to you. Like you should have some sort of rapport there. Like say something.
Yeah, it seems like a real missed opportunity to have rapport with the ghost.
Yeah.
A lot of people seem to be under the impression that a talking protagonist like ruins immersion.
No, it gets.
But yeah, I feel like
At least not for me.
yeah,
It gets me more involved in the story.
it's definitely not a black and white thing. Is
Yeah.
all we're saying.
Depends on the game for sure.
Yeah. I didn't put down Celeste and Hollow Knight because I feel like neither of us really played a heck of a lot to talk about them.
Yeah.
And the other one has talked about it a lot, but we should at least mention
Yes.
JD and I for our new Let's Play on this very YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, are both playing new games. I am playing Celeste, a game JD has played front to back, and he is playing Hollow Knight, a game that I have played front to back, and both of them on Switch. You'll be able to check those out as they unfold in the coming months.
Yes.
I imagine.
2 episodes of Celeste are up.
Yep.
Hollow Knight will be Thursday and Friday.
And I'm already losing it.
You haven't even got to the B-side yet.
I know, but like the first episode, I was like, that was kind of boring. I was just kind of figuring it out. But like by the second episode, I'm just like, oh god, oh god,
you can see where the game's going to go now. I'm really excited for you to get to the next level.
Yeah, I might. I don't know. I really want to do all the B-sides if I find them as they come up. But man, that was pretty brutal.
Yeah, we can take them as they come, and if we want to like find the B-sides in between episodes at some point, we can do that. But yeah, some of the B-sides are rough, and as you will find out next week probably, Jeff will get into the B-side, and you'll see how that goes.
Whereas JD is playing a much more slow,
more methodical game,
adventurous and methodical.
Well, I mean, I guess Celeste is can be methodical.
It's methodical in its own way.
But Metroidvania, it was a very different kind
pure
of
Metroid,
game.
pure Metroidvania. Why can't Hollow Knight crawl?
I'm not sure, but he should learn.
They, it,
us, them,
she. But yeah, you'll have to check that out. Any gut opinions?
I hate it. It's the worst game ever.
Okay.
And they should stop.
That's breaking my heart.
But I'm going down a path you can't follow. It is a lot of fun. It's
tearing me apart, Lisa.
It's cool. I like the exploration. I like the art style and the atmosphere. The combat's fun so far. I'm interested to see how it's going to expand and get cool.
I love that you found like the one way to break it pretty early. It's not even a real break. It corrected itself, but it did frustrate.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, you'll see in one of the episodes. I forget which one it was, but yeah, I do something that kind of fumbles the game around a bit, and it's like, okay, I guess you have to do that again. It's like, oh, all right, yay. But it's fun. I like it a lot, and I'm curious to see what's gonna show up next.
Oh yeah,
and
some good bosses. I think I'm ready to see you. I'm ready to see you die, not to a random ass spike.
Yeah, to an actual enemy.
Yeah,
or a boss,
or honestly, a boss.
Yeah.
I don't think that first boss gave me any trouble either.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
JD beat it twice.
Yeah. Pretty great.
Yeah.
Is it? So you've played Super Metroid.
Mm-hmm.
Harder than Super Metroid?
Way more bosses. I don't think so. Super Metroid has a couple very obtuse puzzles, quote unquote, that you need to solve to get to the end of the game. Hollow Knight does not have that.
But combat-wise, what do you think?
Their combat's so completely different, though.
Yeah.
Between I think Castlevania is a much more appropriate comparison.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, the boss arena, it seems like the boss style is going to be pretty similar.
You'll have to see.
I don't know. Maybe it'll switch it up, but
it will. Oh, it will.
I mean, I don't see how much it could really switch it up.
You'll see. Won't yeah.
Jeff's lying,
I speak, of course, of Castlevania 64, the greatest Castlevania game.
obviously, because nobody played Symphony of the Night. Nobody cares about that game.
God, I love that game. It just feels good. Let's talk about our news, James. D.
Never call me that again.
Jimmy D. Jimmy D. Baked Beans.
Jamie D.
Capcom Vancouver is closed, according to Capcom.
Not sure I could trust them.
Who I would reckon to be the experts on such a thing. Vancouver is mostly known as being the studio producing new Dead Rising games. So that is apparently not necessarily the end of Dead Rising, but they're not going to be making them. Dead Rising 4 did pretty poorly.
How well did those games do generally?
I think
That's what I kind of thought.
it's really funny. If you dive into the comments on these articles about Capcom Vancouver and Dead Rising 4, people really blame Inafune for killing the Dead Rising series.
Are people just mad at him because of Mighty Number 9?
I think that's it. I think people just got way disillusioned with him because of Mighty Number 9. They're like, oh, it's his obsessive westernization of the Dead Rising games. And it's like, Dead Rising was clearly a Japanese attempt to make a Western zombie movie. That's what Dead Rising was. There's obvious Japanese influence there in its weird goofiness and its widgetiness, but it's so
It's insane
Western.
how quickly people can turn on somebody. It's like, man, dude, like, calm down. Just because he had one...
Well,
trip,
and one super, crashed and burned Kickstarter in that, Red Rust game or whatever it was. Red Dust. It was his follow-up to Mighty Number 9 that was funded while Mighty Number 9 was still being made.
That was a stupid mistake.
Oh, yeah, no.
That was dumb.
A big mistake on Inafune's part.
That doesn't mean he can't make a game, though.
That doesn't mean games he made in the past are now ruined forever because of things he did. He had nothing to do with Dead Rising 4, I'm pretty sure.
Like, come on, man.
So yeah, just silly. I would like to see Dead Rising come out with better games because I really, really loved 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And 3 looked like it took itself way too seriously for me.
Oh, did it?
It did. It just didn't. It didn't hook me with that goofy humor.
That's too bad. Is that the most recent one that's come out? Or
4.
was there a 4th?
Which was the sort of weird remake of Dead Rising 1.
Oh, right.
Except with Frank West, who wasn't kind of a douchebag. And it was also optionally co-op. And there was no timer. There was no time limit. Yeah. It was like a Dead Rising inspired game.
Seems like if you took away the time limit Majora's Mask.
Yeah, it's just... I get it that some people find it frustrating. But it's just not the same game. I'm sure there are some people who said that exact same thing just now when we talked about Destiny 2 and its MMO aspects.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure there are lots of people that love the MMO aspect.
And are like, if you took that away, it wouldn't even be the same game. It wouldn't even be any point. It'd just be a really lame Borderlands ripoff. Like, yeah.
Would that be great?
Anyway, so that happened. RIP.
There was... You could see the Kingdom Hearts 3 box art.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Yeah, I can't believe that was a headline.
Yeah. Was there actually a new trailer, too?
Yeah, there's going to be a Big Hero 6 world.
Oh, yeah, I did hear about that.
I wasn't super into Big Hero 6.
Never saw it.
Also, there are a lot of 3D animated worlds in this one. It's very funny.
It's weird.
It's very weird to me. They're all new movies. There are a lot of old Disney movies we have yet to have plunged the depths of.
Yeah, I don't know why it's weird to have newer Disney movies in there, but it feels weird. Yeah, I haven't even played Kingdom Hearts, but because the old games were pretty much like Aladdin. And...
they were from the Disney Renaissance era and from the classic Disney era.
Right.
I mean, to be fair, it's been 18 years since Kingdom Hearts 1.
Oof.
That's not a true number. That can't be right.
No, it's not right.
2000? Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 2?
Kingdom Hearts 2, it's been 8. It's been 8, 12 years, something like that. 16.
Which movies have they not done?
I was trying to think while I was saying all the
I guess
Incredible Mr. Limpet. Really good example.
What did they do? What have they done so far?
You really want me to name every single?
Not all of them, but like just because I know they did like Little Mermaid. I'm sure they did Aladdin.
Aladdin, Lion King, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Hercules, 101 Dalmatians. There isn't a proper world, but they were collectibles.
Right.
Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Beauty and the Beast, Pinocchio. I already said Little Mermaid. Like, you kind of do start running out. There hasn't been a Lady and the Tramp. Mulan. It was good Mulan. I really like that world, actually.
They're doing a Monsters, Inc. one now, right?
Monsters, Inc., Toy Story, Big Hero 6, Frozen.
Frozen seems weird to me. I don't know why that one specifically seems weird to me, but it does. Monsters, Inc., for some reason, makes more sense to
Monsters,
me.
Inc. makes a lot of sense to me. I get that. Toy Story makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But Big Hero 6 and Frozen feel weird. It's like, okay, where's the Inside Out one? Huh?
Yeah.
When's Inside Out going to get a world?
That could actually be interesting.
Yeah, honestly, I'm into that.
Being in somebody's
You go into
mind.
Sora's brain and meet his emotions.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Oh my god!
Maybe
maybe
that's a reveal.
That would make so much sense in universe.
Really?
For spoilery reasons, I'm like, yeah, who would it be? Oh my god, it would be Ventus and Roxas. All of the characters that are identical to Sora that you play throughout the years. Yeah. Inside Out. That's the spoiler.
That'd be cool.
Nailed it. No, anyway, it's just hilarious. I keep wanting to call Big Hero 6 Mighty Number 9.
Are they going to do an Incredibles one?
I think that's... I don't know if they could.
It could be cool.
I need to see Incredibles 2.
I know, so do I.
Okay, the Switch is coming out with a Fortnite bundle October 5th.
This is so weird to me.
So it's not like a special edition Switch.
No.
It's just a bundle. It comes with Fortnite pre-installed.
Shocker.
Which is a free game.
It's a free game.
Every
Switch pretty much comes with Fortnite.
You do get several special, unique Nintendo Switch bundle items. And 1,000 V-Bucks to spend on like whatever it cost. I guess you could play Thanos now.
How much does this bundle cost?
Normal amount.
Is it just $300 or is it more?
$300.
Okay.
So it's called the Double Helix bundle.
So it is a deal. Unlike the Smash Bros. Bundle that we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
Which is not a deal. Not real. Well, it's a bit of a deal.
It's a bit of a deal. You get some unique stuff with it at least, right?
Yeah. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's just a little weird, the Fortnite bundle to me. It's like it's a free game.
Yeah, it's
but
very strange. But
if you're super into Fortnite,
and the entire world is except for us,
then you get some free fake money that you can spend on fake things. Just described video games in general.
Yeah. Really.
So that's cool. It's cool though. That's cool.
But it's cool. It's great.
It's cool though. But you're an idiot.
Undertale is now out. If you were waiting for Undertale to come out on Switch because it's a really good platform to buy indie games on, it is now on Switch. It's a cute game.
Just to tell me.
Yep. Yeah, I have to wonder how certain aspects of it work.
Undertale?
Yeah.
On the Switch specifically?
On console.
Oh.
Huh.
I mean, just with the control stick, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Would that just be harder to control certain things?
Sort of.
Some of the boss fights are like crazy, right?
Yeah, I never did the genocide run because that's super hard mode.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anyway, it's very interesting. So,
Nintendo Direct.
There's
a lot of stuff here.
And a lot of it are
games
we really don't care about, where we just basically got a release date and we're just gonna say them.
Pretty much.
But we'll stop and talk on the things we're very interested in, which is the first thing announced in the Direct.
Yeah, right off the bat, they kicked it off with a trailer for Luigi's Mansion 3 on the Switch coming 2019.
Which is great. We were always saying the Luigi's Mansion remake should have been on the Switch anyway. Why would you do this, Nintendo? Luigi's Mansion is a great game. Don't put it on 3DS, Nintendo.
Nobody's going to play it, Nintendo.
But it being on Switch, Luigi's Mansion 3, how many mansions can this guy inherit?
I don't know. Maybe he's buying them now.
That's true. He's taking all the. He has made several million toad bucks.
Buckaroos.
Buck boondoggles.
Sure. Coins.
Boondollars.
It looks like it's going to go back more towards the exploration style of the first game.
Instead of the weird level style of the second game?
Yeah, the second game kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit with that because I wasn't a huge fan of the level style.
Yeah, they want to take you into the past
Yeah.
to play the shitty games that suck ass.
Whoa.
Hey. I'm just spitting out what you're feeding me.
Don't say games on this channel.
Anyway, that's coming out 2019. It's exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited. Especially if it goes back to exploration because
that was the best part.
Fun.
Yeah, the kind of Metroidvania.
Yeah, it actually is.
The
And
first
that's
one.
hilarious.
I mean, in its own way, it was a creepy game, and things aren't as creepy if you're like forced through them.
Uh-huh.
If you're given the option, it's much scarier because it's your decision.
Yeah, and there's
To
more
open the
mystery and things like that.
Resident Evil games that are on rails aren't as scary as Resident Evil games that you have to open the door.
Yeah. It's very true.
Kirby's Epic Yarn got announced to be re-released for 3DS. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of 3DS game announcements.
Yeah,
basically.
they blew through the 3DS stuff.
It was like in 2 minutes. Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story is coming out for re-release on January 11th, and it's getting attached a new story called Bowser Jr.'s Journey, which apparently is what Bowser Jr. was up to during Bowser's Inside Story.
Sure.
People love those games.
I know.
I've always wanted to try one, but I'm always like, dude, you still haven't beaten Paper Mario. Which is true. That's a true thing that people say to me.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I should play a Paper Mario game.
You should. You'd love the humor. I
Yeah.
guarantee. We should play Super Paper Mario. It's really fun.
Yeah.
And it's more of a platformer than a JRPG.
Right.
Also, we got a release date for Luigi's Mansion 3DS. That's October 12th. We did find out it has a co-op mode, which is actually engaging. That's an interesting idea.
Right, yeah.
And
finally, there was some trailer for Yokai Watch Blasters. I don't know what it is, and I don't really care. So
I have been
Watch
informed that
is-
Yokai Watch is
it's huge.
obscenely huge in Japan.
Yeah.
It's a really big deal. Yokai in Japan are like Grimm's fairy tales. Just kind of like the general folklore. So each of those yokai is a reference to a story that everyone knows. Kind of like how in Kingdom Hearts, everything he goes to, you go to all these Disney worlds and you get excited about meeting characters there.
Yeah.
Imagine a really lame Kingdom Hearts, like a ripoff made by like that company that makes like Transmorphers when a new Transformers movie comes out, They make a Kingdom Hearts, except he's just like visiting like Jack and the Beanstalk or Little Red Riding Hood.
Or just visiting a Jack in the Box.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, can I get a sourdough Jack?
And then it attacks him. And then Jack comes out. And he's like, hey, let me tell you about this new sourdough Jack.
I'm joining your party. Yeah.
And then that's it.
Okay. There was a really long, very slow trailer for Splatoon 2 Update 4.
Splatoon trailers are so slow.
They're so slow.
I don't understand it.
I think the point is to hear the music. I think that's what it's about.
People love the
People
Splatoon
love
music.
the Splatoon music. I mean, I'm entertained by it, but I don't want to listen to it on purpose. Does that make sense? Does that that sounds like a really big backhanded compliment. But no, I mean, it's like I enjoy it when it's happening, and I'm like, this is really cool that people made music like this.
Right.
I mean that's how I feel about like
appreciate-
very technically difficult metal.
I appreciate the Splatoon music because it's in-universe music.
Yeah, that's
really cool to me.
There's a lot of stuff I appreciate about it without enjoying it
I
for it being music.
Don't think I would listen to it on my own.
Right.
I don't play the Splatoon games, though.
Right. Anyway, the trailer basically revealed there's going to be a new level and a bunch of new weapons.
Neat.
And clothes and stuff that are all made by a new brand, I guess. So if you follow Splatoon 2 brands.
Talking about Mega Man 11.
We knew
obviously,
that was
we already
coming
knew
out.
about that because the demo was released last week.
Yep. The full
But-
game's October 2nd.
Yeah. That'll be cool. It looks neat.
Yeah. There's a big update coming to Mario Tennis Aces, which is good because apparently that game's lacking in content for Rizzle. Some of it's good for co-op, some of it's good for single-player stuff. So look forward to that if you were kind of wondering why Mario Tennis Aces had no content. That's coming out September 19th.
Capcom announced a beat 'em up bundle for a bunch of their
Streets of Rage,
side-scroller beat 'em
and,
up games.
Dragon Warrior. I think that's what it's called.
Sounds familiar.
Like all the games that you saw in the arcade, but you were like, I'm not good enough at this, so I'm going to spend all of my quarters to play for like 2 minutes. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's how I always felt about them.
Well, because they were unfair.
They were very difficult.
Most of them pretty much were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna take your money
Yeah.
unless you know how to do this."
So you need to be a rich kid.
Pretty much.
In unexpected remakes for the Switch, New Super Mario Bros. U is being re-released as New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, the officially longest and maximum amount of things you could stick onto the name Super Mario Bros. Except for possibly New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe 2. The Secret of the Use. That's coming out January 11th.
I don't understand the reference.
I'd be more interested in 3D World, honestly. I
Yeah.
really liked 3D World, but never really played it that much.
On the plus side, this does come with New Super Luigi Bros.
Which
with
is
it.
great. I mean, yeah.
And it adds the ability to play as Toadette.
Okay, there's important lore implications here, because when Toadette finds a crown mushroom, she turns into Peachette? Were you aware that Toadettes could, like, Peach was a toad at some point?
I don't think that's the implication.
I think that's the
necessarily.
implication.
She has to take drugs to get that big, man.
Yeah, well, Peach is also super tiny until she takes drugs.
That's not canon. Could I say that more seriously?
I think so.
Get out.
But that was pretty good. I mean,
It's weird.
earlier this year, there was an official word from Nintendo that it's just a hat.
Right.
The thing on Toad's heads that make them look like mushrooms. It's just a hat.
We also know that toads don't have gender.
What?
Yeah.
Who told us that?
Nintendo.
Then what's Toadette?
Exactly. But according to Nintendo, they are genderless.
But they say he and she.
Don't look at me.
So maybe they have gender, but they have no sexual dimorphism. They just choose
gosh.
gender. Basically, when
Nintendo.
their parents name them Et
Toads.
or Toad.
Gender. Anyway. Toad's gender secret. GameSpot. What did they say?
Maybe they're talking about one specific Toad.
Maybe.
Has no gender. Let's move on.
Toads are a genderless race that take on gendered characteristics.
So they're a sexless race that have gender.
They just take
Like
on
to use
the
the
characteristics of
use the
gender.
scientific terms,
That's what they're saying. That's all.
or I guess the
I'm just reading
sociological
what
terms.
I'm reading.
Katamari Reroll was probably the most surprising game announcement here, except for a couple more coming on later. That's Katamari basically being remastered. It looks like new lighting and textures and stuff. That's coming out for Switch December 7th.
So
and
this the first one?
yes, just the first Katamari, which kind of is lame. I think We Heart Katamari had much more interesting levels. And so here's a secret Nintendo doesn't want you to know. Click the headline. It's also coming out on PC, December 7th. So, if you don't want Katamari on your Switch because you are,
A heathen.
yeah, basically, get it on PC
Can you physically roll?
using the
Using
Joy-Cons.
the Joy-Cons?
It probably works like the 6-axis
Yeah,
style.
yeah. That would be awesome, though.
Yeah, it would be really awesome.
You can be the prince.
You have to like squeeze the Joy-Cons to grab it with each. Like you're milking. That's what I'm.
Your little hands, your little prince hands,
What am I doing, JD?
massaging the Katamari ball.
Ugh. What's in your Katamari?
You don't
What's
wanna
in
know.
your Katamari?
It sounds like a freaking commercial for I don't know, some candy or something.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Like
Okay.
like a chocolate candy.
Let's
Like
pick it up.
like a thing with like sugar and candy,
Let's pick it up.
like with chocolate.
Nintendo Online launched yesterday night, the 18th. Basically, they confirmed everything we had heard about it was true, in that you can use it to play online, which they told us from the beginning would eventually become paid. Right now, it's free as a treat. So honestly, I feel like that one is the one you should be least upset about.
There's things to be upset about here.
Also, all of the NES games that are kind of free, but apparently there's some weird thing where they get like detached from your account if you don't play them for a certain period of time.
What? Wait,
Yeah.
where was this? I did not hear this.
Yeah, it's apparently not clear. This is why I want to buy it myself.
No, that was with the save the cloud feature.
But no, they said like 7 days. Like there's a 7-day.
No, that's something to do. I don't think it's specifically with the games. You have to connect to. You have to connect to online every 7 days or something. For some reason,
What?
authorize your account or something. I don't know how it works. I heard this. I don't think it's involved with the NES.
That sounds dumb. What if I go on vacation?
Exactly. I don't know. The
Anyway, okay,
specifics,
we're gonna ignore that. Ignore what I just said. But yeah, there's a bunch of NES games. Yeah,
They
there's
have
no party
online
chat.
features now. The NES games do.
Yeah, you can play them online, which is really cool.
It is.
I like that. You could play Bubble Bobble or Dr. Mario against your friends.
Yeah.
I almost called it Mario Tetris.
Well,
That would get me sued. And yeah, voice chat has to go through their dumb phone app. And hey, as a feature, people standing behind you can listen in if you put your phone on speaker.
yay.
Yeah, that
No one cares
that
about
is the
this.
biggest non-feature, because one, phones can do that normally. And two, every other voice chat system can come out of your TV if you want it to, which is way better than your phone.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, granted, it's not a microphone for the room, so everybody can talk. But do people that are in the room with you while you're playing an online game really care?
sometimes.
Sometimes they do. Most of the time, they want to just hear the conversation, though.
Yeah.
So they can be at least.
And let's be honest, the phone's mic is about as good as any other mic. So someone being in the room and just shouting, I'll be able to hear anyway.
This is a feature that they would have talked about during the Wii era
When they didn't understand what consumers want.
with that Wii Speak mic
Oh my god.
that they released with Animal Crossing.
Hey, Bubsy.
And nobody cared about that. You know why? Because it was a dumb idea.
Yeah, it was really dumb.
And God, it's so annoying that they are still 10 years behind
Yeah.
on this crap.
Well, I mean, we've talked about this. That one article with a Nintendo insider who says they try to talk about what features other consoles have, and they get disapprovingly told, like,
We don't do that.
we don't look at what anyone else is doing to figure out what we want to do. And I admire that in some ways,
Yeah.
but for this kind of thing, it's like, look, all of these things you're coming up with on your own that are mind-blowing have been done.
A precedent has already been set for online gaming.
And it's good. We all like it.
Yeah, it's quite good. It's easy to connect with people. You can party up whenever you want without having to get your phone out and tie up your phone and drain your battery.
Now,
for no
online
reason.
does have some really cool features with like stat tracking and
On
neat
the
thing.
app, yeah.
They're all contained to the app on your phone, which is cool. Whenever those kind of stats are tracked on Xbox Live, it's a pleasant surprise that I find when I'm bored and waiting for someone. And I'm like, oh, whoa, look at all these stats here.
Right.
Why doesn't the game tell me these are here?
Right.
So it's kind of cool that it's in one cohesive spot on my phone. But that's about it. That's about the only good thing.
Yeah.
It's $20 a year, which is pretty cheap.
It's very cheap.
I
I think they're kind of banking on the fact that it is
way cheap.
$40 cheaper than the competition.
I would like it that if paying for it also got me like Pokemon Bank,
Sure, yeah,
which
yeah.
was like what, $5 a year.
Something like that.
Oh, and there was
Cloud saving.
cloud saves, yeah. Which get attached to your account on your account level.
But not all games can be saved on the cloud.
Yep.
Splatoon 2 cannot.
Yep. Which is hilarious because it's an online multiplayer game only, basically.
And their reasoning behind this is, well, there are certain games that people could cheat. And it's like, are you kidding me?
Well, it's right. Like
Splatoon 2 has rampant cheating apparently and hacking right now.
Yeah, like this isn't stopping anything.
And anyways, Nintendo's just behind the times on this crap, and it's so frustrating.
One cool thing they did announce was the wireless NES controller.
Yes.
That basically replaces your Joy-Cons, or they're kind of Joy-Cons, but they're not Joy-Cons.
Right.
They don't have motion. They don't have all of the buttons, and you can't use them as regular controllers. They only work for NES controllers. But they're wicked cool looking. They look just like normal NES controllers. They slot into your Switch to recharge, which is also wicked cool.
Yeah.
And they probably have really good battery life. And they're wireless, unlike the NES Classic controllers.
Yes. Yeah.
And you can get 2 of them for $60.
Not bad.
Which is, like, if they're made of Nintendonium, that's really cheap.
Yeah, seriously.
So yeah, that's the Nintendo Online. We all knew that was going to be a thing.
I'm very disappointed.
Yep.
And I hope
you were hoping for some kind of cool reveal. I wasn't counting on it.
Oh, I was not counting on it either. I was just hoping.
Yeah, I guess I had a hope, but I wasn't.
The only reason that I hoped for it was because they've been doing so well lately. They've been on a hot streak.
It does seem very strange for them to miss the mark so bad.
They fell directly on their face in a freaking mud puddle. Like, it's not great. And I hope they can turn it around. I don't believe they will, because they kind of have set the precedent already with their controllers, because none of their controllers have headphone jacks in them.
Yeah, and we've talked about how that I think that was what made me go, oh yeah, this is never going to happen.
Yeah.
This isn't going to happen on this console.
They could make a new controller.
They could, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't either, but I hope they do.
Yep, for their sake.
Yeah.
All right, really quickly, Diablo 3 is coming out December 2nd. Let's Go Pokemon, Pikachu, and Eevee. That's coming out this fall, right?
Yes.
They brought them up and then was like, hey, you can use special moves outside of battle to cut trees. And I'm like, oh, so HMs don't take up an attack slot. That's actually really kind of big news for Pokemon.
It's so nice. It's so really annoying to have to sacrifice a slot for to have an HM slave somewhere.
And in Alpha or in Ruby Sapphire, do you know how many freaking HMs there are?
Too many.
There are like 10.
Because they added like waterfall and dive.
Dive is dumb. I did not need dive.
Yeah.
Dive is the worst.
If you can surf, you can dive. As the saying goes.
And IGN was right. FYI.
0 out of 10, too much water.
It was 7.8 out of 10. Too much water. And they're right. It's a good game, but good God. The same problems from the originals. There's too much water. They made the water better. There are less encounters in it. But it's still freaking slow. Oh, I want to dive. It used dive. Animation. Slowly going down. Loading screen. Great. Cool.
Awesome, I dove.
Why are HMs so hard? Why do they take so long to use?
No.
I don't have to see my character holding a
You
Pokeball.
need to load that sweet animation.
Like, you know how rarely
drop a Pokemon.
You know how rarely I complain about animations.
I'm
always one being like, dude, it doesn't take that long. But in freaking Pokemon, you have to do this every like 30 seconds, and you always have to watch the animation. Hate it.
It's like freaking Xenoblade 2 up in this piece, trying to unlock your cores or whatever.
Before the skip in. Oh my God.
Kill me. I want to die.
At first I was like, JD, you're complaining about nothing. And then I was like, JD was right. I should end it all.
1,000 cores later, I still don't have what I want.
Speaking of Pokemon, Game Freak, who are only known for having developed Pokemon, are coming out with a new JRPG. It has a working title named Town. And basically the idea is it's JRPG where you never leave this one town. You just protect it from monsters the entire game. I'm interested, but we'll have to see if it's engaging enough. Because part of what I love about JRPGs is exploration. And I mean, engaging enough for me.
Having an adventure.
Right. I'm sure that a lot of people, that's not the reason they like JRPGs.
Get out.
Cities Skylines is out for Switch now. That's bizarre. It's SimCity on. There hasn't been a SimCity on a Nintendo console since
Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo with Mr. SimCity.
Got another trailer for Daemon X Machina. It does have 4-player co-ops coming out next year. It seems kind of cool.
Yeah.
You can get out of your mech and run around.
You can wear metal chin protectors.
Who doesn't want to do that?
Yeah, I thought that was a hilarious thing to advertise.
You can level your character
really
too, which is
stupid.
fun.
And you level
interesting.
items individually, which is really cool.
It's crazy. It
Yeah,
could be a lot of fun.
It actually, now that I'm finding out there's more gameplay than just mech combat, I'm more interested.
Yeah.
Because mechs are boring if they're the only thing, Austin. They are. They're
it depends on
hella
what the game is.
Mechs, you know why mechs are boring? If
They're
it's
overpowered?
just mechs. I mean, not that they're overpowered. It could be a human-sized robot
Sure.
for all I care. If I never see I never play the human who's inside the mech, why does this there's no difference in gameplay to me. It doesn't. I don't have that disconnect of a tiny person controlling something
Right.
giant.
Right.
It could be a human-sized robot in a model town.
The idea, I think why people like because of the
I get it.
customization.
No, I mean
you know.
they like the customization, and I mean I'm obviously suspension of disbelief. It's like I don't need to see a tiny person to imagine I'm a giant robot in a town.
Right.
But for me, there's no point because I don't really get off on the idea of giant robots in towns if
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like a real city that I could be in as a small person.
Right.
Well, a normal sized person.
And that's why like Xenoblade,
Right, because those
Was-
mechs were big.
they were really big.
They were pretty big.
They
They weren't as big as I'd have
they're
liked.
Big.
They're big.
They're super. They're like big.
They're big.
The cat big. That big.
That's pretty big. Very blue.
Huge.
Froggy.
Fishing.
Proving a lot of leaks correct. Yoshi's Crafted World was announced coming out spring 2018. It's very similar to Yoshi's Woolly Story,
Woolly World.
Woolly World, or Yoshi's
Story Woolly.
Clay. No, that was Kirby.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, or the original Yoshi's Story, which was all like weird fabrics. Yoshi's Crafted World looks like it's all paper craft, which is really cool looking.
It looks adorable.
It does look
and
very
the
cute.
graphics are like
Good.
so good.
They're good.
It looks so
Looks-
nice.
Check out those graphics.
Whoa. Nice graphics.
A weirdly specific board game or company that I've never heard of are apparently porting a lot of board games to the Switch, including Carcassonne and Pandemic, and in the future, Settlers Universe? No idea. Of Catan.
Huh?
It was like Catan Universe, which I guess just means like all of the Settlers games.
Oh.
That's pretty cool. I love Carcassonne. I love it.
I don't remember that one.
It's a very simple board game that I just really like. You lay tiles and you make farmers, and then people get really angry at you for making farmers because you were smarter than them.
Did I play this one?
I don't know. You lay tiles.
Wow.
Farmers.
Great. Thanks.
Angry.
I mean, all board games make me angry.
Civ 6, which I erroneously wrote as Civ 4, is coming out November 18th.
Sid Meier's
I knew that.
Civilization 6.
The best child name.
Yeah.
Xenoblade 2, Torn of the Golden Country is coming out September 21st. Warframe coming out November 20th. Just Dance.
If you already have the season pass for Xenoblade, you're already playing the DLC.
Dude,
Or you
Just
could be.
Dance is coming out October 23rd.
Peggle
2. FIFA September 28th. Sonic Team Racing Winter 2018. NBA 2K18 is out now. NBA 2K Playgrounds 2 is out in fall.
Who
Lego
cares?
DC Super Villains October 16th.
Blah, blah, blah. Crystal Chronicles.
Yeah,
we already knew about this,
We already knew about it because it would have been announced at the Direct.
Yeah.
It wasn't. That's coming out next year.
but it's gonna be awesome.
Very excited. There's
I'm
going to be
very excited.
new content in it that wasn't in the original.
You can find new areas,
Yeah.
Jeff, in the dungeons.
Yeah, that means a lot to me.
It's exciting.
I'm sure it is because like the dungeons weren't randomly
How much of
generated.
that game have you played through?
I feel like we played
Just through the bit you've played with us.
Yeah, like we've started 2 different games about 10 years apart. And I feel like we get through a season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Maybe a year.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But then they went on to announce even more stuff like Final Fantasy 16 Pocket Edition, which is literally the entire game of FF16 with chibi art on your
Is it
phone.
really the whole game?
That's what they said. They said it's the entire story.
It's weird.
That was out the day of the Direct. Then there was Final Fantasy Worlds coming to Switch, which we already knew about. I looked it up. This is like a $20 game. Apparently it's like Pokemon, but for Final Fantasy. I'm kind of interested.
There's that weird Chocobo Buddies game.
Chocobo Mystery Dungeon.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Buddy.
So I can't believe Japan still loves these Mystery Dungeon games.
Yeah.
They're...
Shut up, dog.
There's a name of the genre that they're called.
Come here.
They're kind of roguelikes, really, where they randomly generate dungeons. NetHack likes, I guess. I'm looking at you. Then they got to announce.
And now,
a special announcement.
Final Fantasy 7,
8, 10, 10-2, HD, and 12, the Zodiac Age.
You can play wherever you want, whenever you want.
Yeah, the guy got
real
somber.
serious.
He got somber. But it was also very interesting news to find out that basically the really famous Final Fantasy games that haven't been on Nintendo devices, coming out on Nintendo.
Now on cartridge.
7, 9, 10, 10-2, and 12. They skipped 8.
Oh.
Hey, in a future podcast, we'll talk about Final Fantasy 8. Because there's a lot to unpack there. But also unsaid by Nintendo for obvious reasons, it's also coming to Xbox One.
Yeah.
So, hey, I mean, they were already available on PC and on PS4. Now they're going to be on every console because Square likes making money.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
And the Switch is hot.
And Xbox One is another platform.
Yes, it is. You sure do exist, Microsoft.
Well, you see... Wow, I went to Bill Cosby and not John Madden. Well, you see, the consoles with the pudding pops, they want to get the Xbox games on there, and they're like... I can't remember how Bill Cosby talks.
Wow, he went a little nuts there.
Finally,
Cosby.
a special Super Smash Bros. Switch bundle was announced, coming out November 2nd.
Yay.
It has a unique dock that has a Brawl engraving on it. It comes with Ultimate Smash.
As the original 8 characters on it.
Yeah, the original 8. It also has the Ultimate Joy-Cons, which is neat.
Yeah.
And it comes with a
Smash symbol on them.
download code to eventually download Ultimate when it comes out.
Yeah, you can't play the game on November whatever, but you can...
I mean, that's neat.
Yeah.
You know? How much is it?
$350?
That's still a deal.
It's a deal.
It's
still
a deal. It's a cost of the Switch plus special docks and Joy-Con like styles, which normally costs a little extra.
Yeah.
Plus Ultimate minus like $20-$30.
It's $350 or $360. I don't remember.
Yeah, because you turn 360 and walk away.
It's not that much of a deal.
No, I mean, I don't expect console bundles
but
to be super huge deals, I guess.
Totally understand why it's not a deal, because
it's a brand new game.
It's Smash Bros. It's going to sell consoles. They're not going to, anyways, it doesn't matter. But finally, they, of course, have, but there's one more thing. And they started out a little Animal Crossing video with a little pooch.
Little shits. No, she's not a shit. She's a
Pomeranian.
No, what is she?
Is what you said the other day.
Oh, well, I was wrong.
How dare you?
What dog is Isabelle?
My dog Isabel's a greyhound.
Yeah, she is a Shih Tzu.
Is she?
Just like Bubsy. Her Japanese name is Shizue.
I'm a Shih Tzu.
Her Japanese name is Shizue.
That's funny.
That's cute.
Anyways, it was a trailer for Isabelle being a new character in Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is hilarious. She's not an Echo fighter. She has a new fighter. She has her own number.
Yeah, she's like a semi-clone, if we're still using that terminology.
Yeah.
I'm excited because she looks like Villager just looks kind of like placidly happy, which makes Villager terrifying.
Yeah.
But Isabelle looks like everything she's doing is on accident, and that is adorable.
Yeah, no, she looks like she's having a lot of fun, and she's all smiling.
She's murdering people. She also doesn't have an axe, which really makes you look like a murderer.
Yeah.
Then they announced that Tom Nook is announcing a new Animal Crossing game on the Switch sometime soon.
Yeah, that was very misleading. They knew what they were doing. They knew.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, new Animal Crossing in 2019. It's very exciting. I'm so excited for that. I was thinking
Animal
the other
Crossing
day,
on Switch needed to
I
happen.
was like, man, I wish I could go to bed early and play Animal Crossing in bed in the dark. That sounds like a lot of fun.
When New Leaf came out, yeah, that's like what I did because it released really late at night. So I just installed it and I was like, "Get into town."
There's something, well, because like for me, back when I was still playing Wild World,
On the DDSS.
yeah, I'd work late doing custodial stuff. And, you get home like at midnight or whatever, and then just sit in bed and play some Animal Crossing before I go to sleep.
Yeah, right. To squeeze in a game.
Yeah, it's raining out, and you're fishing, and the music is amazing, and so relaxed. I want that again.
Yeah, I hear
I'm
you, buddy.
excited.
I hear you.
And that's the end of
That was
my
the-
dog because I'm going to kill him.
Yeah, Bubsy's dead.
Hey, Bubsy.
One less Shih Tzu in the world.
I hate the things you do. Hey, Bubsy. If I could, I would kill you.
That's intense.
Come here.
Next week, we were going to talk about Seal the Deal a bit, but honestly, we didn't play that much. I played it a little.
The Hat in Time DLC.
Yeah, I played it a little.
It looks adorable.
Death Wish is hard, man. It's hard.
For some people.
It's hard.
If you're bad.
I am.
You're a bad gamer.
I'm a bad
You're the
gamer.
bad boy.
I'm a bad,
You're the one who loses.
I'm a bad llama. Oh, and I did find out. So yeah, Death. Anyway, we'll talk about it next time, I guess. Whatever. We don't expect any
Thanks for
upcoming news.
listening.
Thanks for listening or watching this
watching
on YouTube.
our audio happen.
Yep. You know, maybe you just turned it on and then clicked to a different tab.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you did. Love you. Thanks. Have a night.
Woof!